It's like, okay, I'm gonna review the movie. No, but, yeah. No, this is what I do. I bring friends to the movie all the time. And if you have anything to say, go ahead, feel free. But oh man.
You are going to tell me everything I don't know, or I'm going to blow your head off.
Monsters exist.
I thought, it was a fun popcorn movie. I don't think I would do it again. I don't think I would see it a second time. Maybe it was good. A lot of the parts were cool, but there were a lot of dumb parts too. Like a lot of parts didn't make sense. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, you know what? In the previous King Kong movies, I was always not too sure. Like I was always skeptical over King Kong becoming obsessed and in love with a human woman kind of thing. And I was like, that doesn't really make too much sense. But with this movie, it kind of clicked. He's the last of his species. He's super lonely. And I think he's just in love. But another thing, I think we discovered Kong's weakness with this movie, white women. I'm wondering how many characters we're actually going to see in the King Kong vs. Godzilla movie, because that's what they're building up towards. It's the same studio who owns both movies, and they even announced it. It's what they're going to be doing. They're going to do a Godzilla 2, and then they're going to do King Kong vs. Godzilla. And they got some other monster movies planned. Oh yeah. If you look at the schedule, it's pretty crazy. That's I actually don't think, unless the movie takes place in the 1970s, I don't think we're gonna see those same characters. I wonder if we're gonna see characters from the Godzilla movie, or characters from the King Kong movie, or if it's just gonna be a new cast of people taking place while King Kong and Godzilla are fighting. You know what I mean? If it is King Kong versus Godzilla, with those guys, it would have to happen in the 70s. So I don't think they're going to do that. I think it's going to be a whole new cast. Oh well. Yeah, I really like the action. I think time will tell how much I liked the reaction when the original King Kong came out. I know there were certain scenes I watched over and over, couldn't get tired of. King Kong was fighting the 2 T-Rexes who turned into 3 T-Rexes. That whole long fight was awesome. And this movie, when it comes out on Netflix, I'll have to keep track of how often I watch King Kong fight those things. And you know what? As big as King Kong was, I still don't know if he would be big enough to take on Godzilla, because Godzilla they made huge, but John C. Reilly's character mentioned that he keeps getting bigger and bigger. And this movie took place in the 70s, so I have a feeling when the new movie comes out, King Kong is going to be huge. That'll be interesting. I wonder if they're going to use the same actress, because they potentially could if she plays her own mother in the future, and King Kong finds her and realizes, looks like just like her, and becomes obsessed with her, and that becomes part of the plot. I wonder if they'll do that. What I found odd is they talk about the hollow earth theory and how there are entire environments under the Earth's surface.
Turn right.
And even that giant, that's okay. Even the giant lizard thing came from underground, and but they talk about it. They never actually showed it. That was one of the things I thought was weird. It's like, oh yeah, the Earth is hollow. You got all these lizard things living underground. King Kong goes there sometimes, and then they never show it. So okay, I guess there's a whole world under the Earth. Maybe they'll show that in the next movie. Oh hey, maybe actually, and the whole movie will take place there, underneath Skull Island. One of the things I'm curious about is how they're going to meld the 2 movies together, because this really was. Kong Skull Island was, it was a fun popcorn movie, but at the same time, it is a silly movie. Godzilla was, they took that a lot more seriously because of the criticism from the previous movie. And it was a lot more realistic, gritty, whereas with Kong Skull Island, it was a bit over the top. 2-dimensional characters, crazy battles and action. It's like when they meld the 2 movies together, is it going to be more Godzilla or more King Kong? I'm hoping it's going to be more Godzilla, but at the same time, is this going to be the same King Kong we got to know in this movie when he finally goes up against, Godzilla? How will he be portrayed in that kind of environment? Will it be the Kong we remember? And one thing going into this movie is it kind of felt like, this is like King Kong versus helicopters, man. But no, I get it. It's like man versus giant prehistorical ape. and they want to make it seem as though like the odds are really great against them. But at the same time, I knew I would be rooting for the gorilla and not the people. Oh shit, I forgot to film me actually going to the theater. When the snow melts. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of comments, people saying, dude, you reviewed Kong Skull Island, but you haven't seen Logan yet, you haven't seen all these other fucking movies yet. I know my reviews are really weird. Kong Skull Island is kind of a random, out of place one. Also, it's The Conjuring too, but I like paranormal stuff. It's just basically whatever I can see, and I'm still gonna see Logan when it comes out on Blu-Ray or Netflix, and I'll review it then. Fuck. Maybe I'll just take a cab to Barrie, because yeah, it's not playing in theaters anymore. I would have seen it otherwise. Small town. It was good. A lot of the parts were cool, but there were a lot of dumb parts too. Like a lot of parts didn't make sense, and I wouldn't have cared so much. But it's like the plot kind of hinged on those dumb parts. It's like when they were first attacked by Kong. I don't understand why they immediately started retaliating instead of just landing the helicopters. It's like they wanted instant revenge, I guess. And I also didn't understand when spoilers. When the giant lizard thing came out of the lake and didn't kill Kong and then decided to go after the people, that part didn't make a lot of sense, but that was so that Kong could go and attack him later, I guess. So you see what I mean? But it was a good movie as long as you're not thinking too much about it. I think it's going to be a whole new cast. Oh well. The cast wasn't that great. The characters weren't the characters were pretty lame. The only funny guy was the guy with the beard. I'm glad, and they totally knew it too. I'm glad they gave him a happy ending. I really liked all the parts where King Kong was fighting monsters and helicopters, obviously. And I really liked the climactic scene where King Kong was fighting the big skull crawler thing and the humans were actually helping him, so it was like teamwork. It's probably the best part. I knew I would be rooting for the gorilla and not the people. But what I didn't see coming is that they purposely made Samuel Jackson the antagonist. So I think they wanted you to root for King Kong. Yeah, but it wasn't up until, I would say, the third act I really, truly saw him as the antagonist. Up until a certain point, he was just a guy who had been thrown into a situation he was not prepared for, and he wanted to, avenge his men. But then you start hearing his motives. And you're like, really? Dude. So, that was actually kind of a twist. Good on you. Good twist. King Kong's a good guy. And so is Godzilla, kind of, right? Shit. Who do I want to win?